chance. Y'all saw how busy this, well, you can see now. Remember how busy this place was last night? Oh, there we go. And so it's busy again this morning. It's kind of rough getting up out of there. Well, I'm exaggerating. It was. But I mean, you see the traffic. You see what I'm talking about. It took. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. It didn't even take me a little over a minute. Once I decided I was ready to go. I'm scared to see if I would have waited any longer. And as you can see, you know, you look at the ramp, you can see people park there all the time. I don't think they act as foolish in Texas as some of the other states might. Choosing a load video, that's the one I did last night. Which obviously is not a lot of editing, but you gotta watch the video in order to know what text you want to put up where, blah, 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 blah. So there's not a lot of editing. It's more just adding text to the video. But it's time consuming, so. I ran late, got up late. And breakfast this morning was a V8. For now, I'll eat later. Get down the road. If you don't already know, then you'll figure out what is your most productive time of the day. What time of the day do you love for doing what activity the most? Like some people prefer to do exercise early in the morning. Some people prefer to do exercise early in the evening. I mean, or yeah, well, early in the evening or late in the evening or at lunchtime. Now we're not talking about practicality. You got to work with that too, but some people just love it. And if you do it at that time, then it's wonderful. You enjoy it. It's like even easier because it's mentally stimulating. It's pleasurable. And if you go against that, then you don't get as much out of it because, you know, it just doesn't jive with your makeup. So you'll discover that about you. Like at what time is optimum for certain tasks. For me, I love driving like this time in the morning. So I might put on something else, catch them highway vibes, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, even 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And sometimes earlier if I got some sleep the night before. But see that moon up there? I like driving early in the morning, man. Love it. So, stayed up late. I got up when the alarm went off. I just said it late because I knew I wanted to have a certain amount of sleep. But yeah, I got up late. Well, you know, sometimes I get up before the alarm. I set the alarm for the latest that I want to wake. And most times I wake up early. And other times, if I know that I should be getting more sleep than that, especially when I really don't have time constraints like to deliver the load or anything, then my body automatically allows me to sleep until the alarm goes off. I don't wake up early. It just happens automatically, man. And so I didn't wake up until the alarm went off, and I wasn't gonna waste any time eating. Got that V8. It's gonna hold me for hours. And that's in combination to something else I learned recently too. Like, I'm cynical when it comes to medicine. And obviously, a person should assume that special directions for taking your medication are there for a specific reason. And with regards to levothyroxine, which is something that I take for hypothyroidism, I found out that it actually is very important to take the medication on an empty stomach. So now, and also they want you to take it at the same time every day. And it's important for your body to regulate because of the absorption of that medication and how your body uses the stuff. You know. So I took it this morning. And you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. Otherwise sometimes you don't get the rate of absorption you're supposed to. And it's a very precise measurement for the dosage. Like mine is 0.05 or 0.5 or something like that. So it's that precise. Milligram. So either I need to wake up, which is what I usually do, like I said, wake up early before the alarm, and I wake up and I take the medicine, and then I'll eat an hour later. And so this time, since I didn't wake up, just took the medicine when the alarm went off, then that's another reason why I didn't sweat breakfast. I get it later. Check station is open, and then turning this off, and I'm listening to the radio. I gotta get my. That's another thing I like doing in the morning is listening to the radio, see what's going on. Sometimes I like listening to NPR. Sometimes I like listening to the local station, see what's going on in that town or whatever. It's interesting, man. Like I said, man, break the lanes for what? The light's not flashing in Texas, so that means you keep it moving, keep it moving. What was I gonna say? Oh, you know, being interested in what's going on in other places and from other groups, by other people. So, to me, seeing what's happening in other towns, what their local issues are, what they're talking about, even how the station operates differently from a station in another city. You'll get an understanding of larger markets, smaller markets, and how how advertising is done. There's a lot of syndicated ad. Well, you know. Anyway, I think it's an educational process or an educational component to listening to radio stations, local stations in other cities, other towns, to be able to contrast that against how this radio station is in other towns, but especially against your hometown. To me, there's an educational component to that. I think it just provides I think it just informs the mind, you know, in the background. It may not necessarily be something that is useful up front or noticeably useful. I think it's just something that goes in, becomes a part of the background in your mind, and you draw upon that. So I'll give you an example. So maybe in a different community they have an issue, like in southern Georgia, opium addiction was a problem a long time ago before it was in many other parts of the country. So that means they had to face the problem earlier. So if I heard a successful way of dealing with the issue in southern Georgia, and then I found out in Greensboro that it's becoming a significant issue, there might be ways, I might even come across a group, somebody who was running an organization that is addressing that issue. Now I have insight because of what I've been exposed to somewhere else that has worked, that I can pass along to that person. You see what I'm saying? So there's an example right there. There's an example right there. I hadn't even thought about it, but there's an example right there of how just being open to information that's out there, and especially from other groups, other people, other areas, other communities, being open to listening to what's going on, paying attention to what's going on, it can help you. And then it can help you help other people. It just makes you more well-rounded, gives you more insight, more understanding. Like I said, it adds to what is available in your mind to pull from, to come up with ideas or be a problem solver or advise other people or whatever. But you see what I'm saying? There's an educational component to exposing yourself to information. Because a lot of people, I mean, think about the difference in thinking now. So now a lot of people will blow that off. I mean, you might listen to it. I mean, okay, even if we're listening to music, man. A lot of people might listen to radio stations just because they want to hear their favorite song. I would be more interested in hearing what they're playing different in that community from your own community. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting to me that stations out west, like here in Texas even, but more so southern Texas, that a radio station that plays hip-hop will also play pop. Now you might live somewhere, you say, well, what's the big deal? That's normal. Well, you get out here, you go to Greensboro, and many other urban stations, they don't do that. It's just straight up hip-hop. Hip-hop, 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 hip-hop. And then in some places, it's very interesting. Some places you wouldn't believe, like Louisiana, you wouldn't believe what they actually will play on air. And then they'll turn around and bleep out some that all stations play everywhere. But then they'll run some of the most vulgar stuff. And you're like, for real? Y'all play that on the radio here? Yeah, it's crazy, man. So that's interesting. You see what I'm saying? See how folks have a fit when they see the police there? They didn't back down too much, too bad, but you see the brake lights. We're not even going 60. We only going 65. I'm going 66 right now. And there is no significant change in speed on the highway. So they couldn't have been going 70 from the jump. Speed limit 70 out here. You see the state trooper in your panic. Have a fit. Now, why is that? That's because they're listening to the same rhetoric. They're not exposing themselves to other information. They listen to the same rhetoric about police, you know, being out to get us. We're targets. They're corrupt, all of them. Yeah, see, you listen to the same rhetoric. So what's that going to do to your mind? That's going to cause you to have a poor perspective, false narrative about the police. What does that do? That makes it possible for you to easily overreact. Texas had a daytime speed limit and a nighttime speed limit, and a split speed limit for trucks. Trucks went one speed, cars went another speed. And I still used to love running Texas then.